And the hearts all over the world tonight. Said the hearts all over the world.
Hey YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. Janelle here. I'm super excited to film this video. Then again, I say that for every single video I record. But for this one, I'm really excited because, so a new series, story time, because I feel like I have a lot of things I want to share with you guys. This video in particular has been requested ever since I talked about my college experience on my Instagram. It's not your typical, I went to college for 4 years type of thing. It's a little bit different. Maybe you could learn something from this video because, you know, a lot of people don't have older siblings who went to college previously, don't know a lot of people who go to college. Some of you might be the first ones in your family going to college and you don't have any experience. Okay, where do I start? Okay, I am the oldest in my family. I'm 22, my sister is 20, my brother is almost 18. I was the first one to go to college in my entire family. So like I'm the oldest cousin, so I was the first one to go to college. So it was kind of new for everyone too, and I pretty much was like the guinea pig of the family. I feel like my parents were really new to it, even though both of my parents went to college. You know, it's a different time, and also, you know, they're trying to send their kids to college, so it's just a completely different thing. I went to Petaluma High School. Shout out to all my Petaluma folks if you guys are watching this. I graduated in 2013, and I was a good student. I mean, I'm not gonna brag or anything, but I was a pretty good student in high school. I was in a bunch of AP classes and honors classes. My parents were really strict on us, and you know, they were pretty onto us, like making sure we did our homework, making sure we studied for tests. My overall GPA when I graduated was like a 3.85, pretty good for me. You know, when it was senior year, I was, you know, as you guys are, applying for colleges. Me living in a small town, I felt as if it was very competitive at my school. I kind of got the idea that if you went to a junior college or community college, you're a reject. That I know that's not true at all, but being in such a competitive environment, that's kind of how I felt. My parents really wanted me to do 2 years at the JC before transferring to a 4-year. I was like, hell no, I do not want to do that. Like, I want to go to 4-year. So I had like my mind set on going to 4-year college. For those of you who don't know what a community college is, and when you go to college, the first two years of college, no matter what college you go to, is general education, which means you're gonna retake the math course and the English course and the science and history. No matter what your major is, you still have to retake those courses in college. So what a community college does is it offers those classes for 2 years for a much cheaper price versus going to a 4-year college and paying for the same education for a more expensive price. You know, the downside is I'd have to stay home for another 2 years, go to community college in my town, and that's just not what I wanted to do. I don't know if you're in high school and you kind of know you are a teenager, you just want to get out from your parents, you want to do your own thing. That's a typical attitude to hold, and that's totally fine. You know, that was me. Me as a high school student, I just wanted to live by myself in a dorm and, you know, experience the college life. So my parents kind of were okay with that, and they're like, okay, Janelle, we'll apply to colleges, we'll see what we get into, and you know, we'll move on from there. So I applied to a ton of colleges. I live in California, so I applied to a ton of like California schools, but mainly I applied to out-of-state schools. I ended up getting accepted to like Sacramento State, which my father went to. He really wanted me to go there, and I just didn't want to go there because it was too close to home. I got accepted to University of Oregon, and I got accepted to University of Arizona. So I was juiced. I actually ended up getting a scholarship from University of Arizona. I got like an academic excellence award, and I got $8,000 per year for 4 years if I attended that school. So that would have been $32,000 in total. I had my heart set on Arizona for whatever reason. Parents were kind of not for it because it was really expensive. It was out of the state, so you have to keep in mind travel costs back and forth. I could get that education in California easy. I feel like my parents kind of just wanted to give me a chance. I was so excited. I accepted my acceptance. I was just rocking Arizona. Wildcats this, Wildcats that. I ended up finding my roommate online, and her name is Emily. We're still great friends today, which is probably like the pro out of my whole college experience, is that, you know, my roommate is still my friend today. Freshman year of Arizona. So Arizona, University of Arizona, for those of you who don't know, it's in Tucson, which is south of Arizona. The school tuition is not cheap for out-of-state students, which I am, over $30,000 a year. Room and board between like $6,000 to $10,000. Plus you have to buy a food pass to eat there. I think it was like $1,000 to $2,000 a year. On top of that, you have to purchase books. You have to buy dorm stuff. Anyways, the bills keep getting higher. So, you know, my freshman year was definitely super expensive. expensive. I just want to thank my parents for being so okay with it and, you know, really trying to make it work. They were like slaving away at home to send me to the school. If you don't know this, when you go to college, your parents can apply for a FAFSA, F-A-F-S-A, which stands for Free Application for Federal Student Aid. Free Application for Federal Student Aid. Yeah, did I say that right? Ah! Your parents can apply using your annual income, qualify for a FAFSA. You can get free aid for paying for your college, for your books, whatever. So if you don't qualify, meaning your parents make enough to support you, then they literally will just not give you any money. So my parents applied for it and we did not get shit. Like, parents are financially stable. When we applied, we got rejected. Literally, FAFSA came back with a check. Like, this is how much they gave us. Like 50 cents. Just kidding. I only got like maybe $500 from FAFSA, and there are some students who get their entire tuition paid for. Kudos to you, I swear. Like, if you know your parents can't pay for it because they're not financially stable, go apply for FAFSA. You can easily get your tuition paid for. But for my side of the family, even though my parents are financially stable, it was still really difficult for them to pay for my education while maintaining a house, while maintaining, you know, a family at home and still paying for me. Besides all the money stuff, overall the college experience was amazing. Like, a fun environment. College games are fun, you know, there's a lot of parties there. I really love Arizona weather, so the weather was amazing. Now, the only downside that I found at going to big universities is that you're in classrooms with a ton of students. I kid you not, I was in a business class with 800 people. Like, our classroom was in an auditorium where they have concerts. You could easily doze off. There weren't a lot of one-on-one stuff with the student and the teacher. And for me, I'm easily distracted. I'm super jittery in class. I cannot sit still. So when I'm in a classroom of 800 kids and the teacher is freaking 3 miles away on the stage, I can easily, let me just go on Facebook and surf the web because no one's gonna see. So that's like a problem that I encountered, and that's when my grades started slipping because I was not taking shit seriously. I was goofing off. I was waiting to the last minute to do assignments and studying, and I was just not taking it seriously. When you start college, you don't start with your high school GPA, you start fresh. So I started with a 4.0, and for my scholarship, I had to maintain a 3.5 GPA for the whole year. So I was like, okay, that's not hard at all. Like, I easily maintain that in high school. I can easily maintain it in college, especially when the first 2 years are just general ed, so it's not gonna be that difficult. Well, joke's on me because I screwed up, you guys. Really ashamed of myself because at the time I was just having fun. Like, my parents were paying for me to go to school to have fun. At the end of the day, that is what happened. And I really hope you guys are watching this are really learn from my mistakes, because I don't want you to get through this mistake and waste your parents' money. So I'm not saying I was partying every day, but I really would slack off. And honestly, I was a good student. Like, that's what really makes me mad. And I really just flopped the first year. The easiest year too. My GPA went from a 4.0 to a 2.85. That's the lowest GPA I've ever received in my whole school experience. My parents were pissed at me. Having a mental breakdown the second semester, and was like, okay, Janelle, like, a new semester, I could do this. Guess what happened? I didn't do it, and my GPA did not move, you guys. Okay, in this whole year, what did I learn and what did I do? I slacked off. I gained freaking almost 20 pounds from drinking alcohol and eating junk food, was unhealthy, didn't have a job. So it was just me, you know, not taking things seriously, me completely forgetting that my parents are paying for my school. And I just took advantage, I feel like, of my college experience. My parents ended up paying the price. So I could either drop out of the school, go to another school, I could stay there for another semester, not on a scholarship, so I'd have to pay full price of tuition, and I could try to get my grades up to 3.5. So I had to decide. At the time, like, sad to say, I really did not believe in myself. I felt as if I could not get 3.5. Like, there's no way I can do it. So I ended up coming home. It was the best decision I've ever made. Coming home from University of Arizona after gloating about it for a whole year on social media and to my family, and everyone was so proud of me, blah, 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 was a little bit awkward and embarrassing for me. I ended up going to the JC. Transferring schools, if you've never experienced that, is extremely difficult. You have to try to transfer your classes from out of state. It's different than transferring within the state. So when I went to the JC and I was like, hey, I'm a transfer student from Arizona, here are my classes, like, let's try to transfer this. And they're like, sorry, we can't transfer like 5 of your classes. So I was like, what? They can't transfer the classes, so I have to retake my freshman year? Like, that is kind of what it was going down to. But I was like, hell no, I'm petitioning this shit. I am not retaking these classes. Like, there's no way. I'm not doing that. And I had to write up so many petitions for my classes and pretty much explain why they should accept these classes. Okay, long story short, I ended up getting most of the classes transferred. You know, it doesn't hurt to ask. It doesn't hurt to fight. And if someone says no, don't ever take no as an answer. You know, really try to keep fighting because I paid for those courses. Like, why should I retake them? I ended up staying home, driving my ass to the JC, and finishing class, and I honestly loved the JC. I loved it. I thought the education was awesome. It was classrooms of 15. You know, I ended up getting my GPA back up, and you know, once I got my AA, which is when you finish your 2 years of college, I had to transfer somewhere else. I decided to transfer to a local state college because I don't want to transfer out of the state again or far away. So I can live at home, you know, save up money and finish my college locally. So I ended up going to Sonoma State University. It was literally like 15 minutes away. At Sonoma State, they actually have a course and a major for wine studies because I lived in Sonoma County, Napa County, which is literally the wine capital of the country, damn near the world. So we have the ability to take wine courses there because there are so many jobs in the wine field there. Really sparked an interest in me, so I decided to take it. So pretty much I majored in business marketing, but I have a concentration in wine studies and wine business. And I took a bunch of wine tasting courses. I learned about how to make wine, how to sell it, how to bottle it, and like the psychology behind it, and it was honestly so much fun. I ended up getting 2 wine internships from the school, and I worked in the winery. You guys probably, if you've been following me for a while, probably seen all my wine stories and Snapchats. I've always used to post. I'm like a little wine snob now. But it was really fun, it was different, and I ended up graduating in 4 years. Like, despite the whole mess that I had, despite me attending 3 different colleges, I ended up finishing in 4 years. So pretty much my whole college experience, I didn't really have a summer because every summer in the 4 years, I took 2 college courses to make up for my credits that I lost or classes that I was falling behind. So anyways, I ended up graduating college, you know, exactly when I was supposed to graduate in 4 years, this past May. So proud of myself, you know, my parents were proud. And honestly, like, despite that entire crazy experience, I felt as if me coming home was the best decision I've ever made. It ended up working out in the end. It really, really did. I don't regret going to Arizona. I'm really happy to just be able to share it with you because I know I have a lot of young followers who look up to me. I feel as if I'm like your older sister. So here's Mama Coco talking to you. I know college is stressful. Please take breaks in between. It's okay to go have fun here and there. You know, don't lock yourself in a room to study. It's okay to have fun. Also remember that alcohol will make you gain weight. Anyways, you guys, I hope that video was informational. If you like videos like this where me just talking about my life or story times or, you know, kind of heart-to-heart videos, leave a comment below. And I love you guys so much. I just want to say good luck in life if you're going to college or if you're not, or if you're in college or you're graduating, or if you're in high school or whatever age you are. Good luck in life. Always be true and believe in yourself. Love you guys so much.